Minister, how are you, sir? How are you, sir? We're live on SABC, Channel 44. You've been touring in Paris. Now we're at the last leg. What are your views on the Boks as a whole and sports development as a whole?
Well, look, today is the last leg of the trophy tour. They're quite exhausted, and I do want to thank them for making time to share their experience and love with South Africans. There's nothing that was forcing them to do this, but they are doing it to make sure that our people do celebrate them. And I want to thank them individually for what they've done.
Thanks, Minister. Is one of the players making their way out. But as we can continue, Minister, you were saying sports development?
No, sports development, I think the focus now must be on grassroots, must be on school sport, because they've done their part. The question is, how do we keep this momentum of a sporting nation, of a winning nation? What it means is that we need a lot of Makazole Mampimpi, we need a lot of that must come from these areas. So school sport, it must be the focus now, so that we build the future champions.
So you must be saying after this tour, the same support that was given to the Boks must be given to the Proteas, who are also on the World Cup currently.
We are proud because we're a country of champs. Today we're in the semis in India, and we're playing a very important game today at Eden Gardens, which is a very historic stadium. I think if we were to see our national teams were to perform in a manner that cricket, in a manner that rugby is performing, we'll continue to have this which binds us together in the country, because if all our teams were to perform like this and we have this momentum throughout the year, you can imagine how close we are to build social cohesion and nation building.
What do you say to a young aspiring Boks player or rugby player at the moment, or any other sport who's young, who's looking up to these champions? What would you say to that young person?
Firstly, I say thanks to Jack for appointing some of the youngest players, because they are a source of inspiration. I mean, look at Moody. Moody today celebrates 21. He turns 21 today. So in him and others, they see themselves that it is possible. But we must focus to grassroots so that people who are young, many young people, they see these players as a source of inspiration, which is good for us.
Now that Jacques Nienaber is out, is no longer the coach, what's the process of appointing a new coach, and when can we expect
that? Well, that is a matter of a federation. The government and the minister does not get involved. But I'm sure, there's a galaxy in the country, men and women, particularly who are capable to be the next coach.
Thanks a lot for your time, sir. Minister Zizi Kodwa, Minister of Sports, taking us through, sharing the plans that they've got for sports development in this country as a whole, and that particularly those who come from disadvantaged communities, that they also become those Springbok players, become national team players. He's saying that, and now they have to keep on the momentum as we wait for the Springboks to make their way out. But clearly that's an indication. I should have asked the minister, what's the delay that's taken so long, but since he's out, clearly they will be making their way out anytime from now.